Hello and welcome to the short presentation from Royal Cyber, where we will demonstrate you how IBM products can help you in executing your business more effectively and efficiently. You're about to watch an overview of various functionalities of IBM Rational Focal Point, and these videos are intended to provide a head start with configuring and using IBM Rational Focal Point to its full potential. Considering the creation of users, workspace, modules, attributes, and elements is already known, so in this presentation, we will see how to import data from spreadsheets into Rational Focal Point instead of adding each record separately. To begin with, I will be logging as Workspace Administrator. We'll select the workspace and then the modules. From modules, I will select the module for which the data needs to be imported, which in our case is the application module. Now to add a single element to this module from within the focal point, I can simply go to Add Application button and can add the single element to this module. But what if multiple elements need to be added to this module in one go? So for that purpose, we can choose to import applications. From here, we can choose the spreadsheet from which the data needs to be imported. This file can be of either Excel format or CSV format. In case if spreadsheet is based on multiple pages, then we can select the specific page from which the data needs to be imported. One important thing to know here is, before we import data from spreadsheet, it is needed to ensure that for capturing all the data from spreadsheet, all necessary attributes are available in focal point against the module we are working on. So before we decide the structure of the Excel sheet, it is important that we review the Excel sheet that we will be using for importing the data. And this is how the data looks like within the Excel sheet. And we can see that there are total 10 records that will be imported from this Excel sheet. So moving back to the focal point, now we get to decide what would be the structure of the Excel sheet. Each row contains one element's attributes, or each column contains one element's attributes. In our case, it is each row. So with all the information in place, now we'll resume with the import process. In order to help you ensure the mapping of the fields, Focal Point first allows you to review the automatic mapping of the field before it actually imports the data from spreadsheets. So by pressing OK, we are first presented with automatic mapping of the fields. Here we can decide either to import each record as a new element or based on the chosen field. If matching records are found during the import, then update the existing entry instead of creating the new record. From the mapping table itself, we can see that beside the overview field, the rest of the columns are properly mapped with respect to the Excel sheet. So in case we consider to discard the overview field's data, then we can continue with importing records without selecting any attribute for it. Or if we need to capture the overview field's data from spreadsheet, then we'll first have to create the overview attribute in applications module, so that we can later select it from this combo list if not already mapped. So to do so, I would have to go to Configure, Attributes, Selection of the module, and here I will create a new attribute. For our case, we will select Overview to be a text field. We'll name this field as Overview so that it can be automatically assigned. We'll position this attribute after description field and would enable the logs against this field. Once the attribute has been created, we will return to the import process of the applications. So going back to the application, import applications, we'll browse for the file, make our selections, first page, we'll press OK. And so we can see the overview attribute has been automatically mapped with the spreadsheet's data. Now as you can see that all the fields are properly mapped, so let's begin with the importing data. And here you can see All the applications have been successfully imported into Rational Focal Point from the spreadsheet. Similarly, data can be imported into other modules as well, following the similar steps as demonstrated in this video. With this, we come to the end of today's demonstration. If you're interested in learning more about this tool, you're welcome to contact Royal Cyber representatives. Thank you and have a good day.